Today we got a banger for you. I feel like we're going to be breaking down the running back position. But before we jump into the current running backs we have, I kind of want to go back and talk a little bit about the impact of Omarion Hampton and what he had on the program of Carolina. I'm sure that, going into, last season, which he was dominant, there was probably some schools coming after him, trying to hit the portal, probably could have got a big payday. But, much love to our guy, Hampton. He stuck around. Tar Heel forever. First round in the draft to the Chargers. Troy, Trevor, get in here. What does it mean to a program to have somebody like Omarion Hampton come through that leaves such a legacy and impact? Of course, he's, in today's game, he didn't leave like the number one rusher or things like that just because, he left early. And I mean, I don't fault him for that, right? Go get it. If you got it, go get it, right? Hit the next level, when your time's right. So, what does it mean to a program like that? And then we'll go into a little bit about what it means to lose him. But Troy, take us into that a little bit.
Yeah, man, excuse me. Anytime you get a guy like Omarion Hampton commit to your program, an in-state guy right down the road in Clayton, went to Cleveland High School, and to have the success that he did very, very early in his Carolina career. I mean, as a freshman, 13 games played, 88 rushing attempts, 400 yards rushing, and 6 touchdowns. Had a very, very productive freshman year. And then sophomore and junior years when he just blossomed and took off. Back-to-back 1,500-yard rushing seasons, Heisman Trophy conversation, contention, if you will, first-round draft pick. Certainly cemented his legacy and his name in the Carolina history books as one of those premier backs and a premier in-state running back to come through Carolina. So anytime you lose a guy like him and his productivity and his production and his skill set, it hurts you. But with this year's running back room, and we'll touch on this, more in detail here shortly. But this year's running back room, I think we've got the tools to, not necessarily pick up where Omarion Hampton left off because that's such a big hole to fill. But just having the guys that we have and the depth that we have this year. I know, over the course of his last 2 years with him, there were concerns that, just who we had behind him getting gassed out, us handing him the ball 30 plus times a game, him getting worn out. But, I think with this running back room, the depth we have, the keys, the skill, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. But definitely going to miss Omarion this year. I'm just, I'm glad to see him in the league. Glad to see him with the Chargers. Natron Means is very familiar with the Chargers. Yeah, he's with the Chargers, not with the Rams. I get those two LA teams mixed up, man. Chargers should have never left San Diego. I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, man, Big O, Carolina guy through and through. And you said it earlier, Chris. I mean, for him to stick around, I'm sure he had some big offers where he could have played for some big time schools, and he stuck it out, man. And he's a guy that, I mean, we've been blessed here the past few years with some of those running backs we've had in that room. A lot of NFL guys, but Omarion definitely was the one that really stood out, and he's not a guy that you can easily replace, man. I don't know if we'll see a running back like him for a while. I hope so, but I mean, man, he could do it all. He I want to say, I believe there's one game he fumbled his whole career, and that was against Clemson. So he's going to be a huge miss, and I think he'll be really good in the NFL. He's, LA, they got the Chargers, they got a good offensive line. He's got Harbaugh, guy that likes to run the ball, so I think he'll have a good career.
Yeah, I'll chime in one last thing, and then I'm good. But all my fantasy, all our fantasy people in here that play fantasy football, if you like me, 3-time defending champion over here, you know what I mean? I got 3 rings on my resume and 3 in the trophy case, but definitely a dark horse for me. I hope my guys that I'm in my fantasy league with don't see this, but definitely a dark horse for me for a late round fantasy pick this year for sure.
Well, there you go. If you're in Troy's fantasy league and you're looking at Omarion Hampton, you better take him earlier. Troy's gonna snatch him up. So there you go. There you go. Bringing out the fantasy football championship belt. Hey, that's like the one that they use when the defense scores a touchdown at Carolina. But
this is what hard work, dedication, and having a great draft strategy looks like, folks. Right here, baby.
There you go. Yeah, the league I used to play in was we had like the actual like NFL trophy lookalike, and the loser had to take the winner to the trophy shop and pay to get their name engraved on it. The new guy that would win, and you'd get to host it for a year at your house and put it on your mantle or something like that. But my dad won 3 years in a row and then quit. He said he was up at like 3 a.m. trying to steal the what is it? The waiver wire.
Waiver
picks.
wire.
Yeah, the waiver wire picks. But good stuff, guys. Let's, shout out to our guy, Omarion Hampton. Do big things at the next level. We're all, Carolina Nations, rooting you on.
Hey, Tar Pit crew, thanks for hanging with us today. Quick shout out. Today's episode is powered by Untapped Sports Network. Big thanks to them for the support. If you like this episode, do us a favor. Like it, drop a comment, and share it with a friend. That kind of support goes a long way in keeping the podcast rolling. Make sure you're subscribed and following the Tar Pit podcast on whatever platform you're listening on right now. And don't forget to follow us on social. We're on X, formerly Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search the Tar Pit Podcast and you'll find us. Until next time, go Heels.